let me draw up a concept funnel and we'll go through what we are going to create in the funnel and what we would need in order to create that funnel. So I've decided to use a camping shop that has an online store as an example. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create an ad for them from Facebook, and it's going to be an awareness ad. I would like that to be a dynamic product ad. Now, remember, dynamic product ads is ads that are designed where you put your catalog into the ads manager, and Facebook will then choose which products to put in front of people. So I think that's a really good top of funnel idea to use, because Facebook is looking at how people are searching other items. So if I've been searching for sleeping bags and Googling sleeping bags, when this ad comes into my newsfeed, it's going to probably feature sleeping bags because Facebook already knows that's what I'm interested in, even though I've never actually come to this store. So I'm going to start with a dynamic product ad over there. If someone then clicks onto my website, they are going to see a second ad, and I want that ad to feature just some great things about our business itself. So the fact that we do quality products, we're local, and we are experienced. Helps if I can spell. No spell check on here. So the second ad that they're going to see is going to tell them a little bit more about what products we have and why they are great products and why they should purchase from us instead of the other business down the road. Now, if someone then goes and clicks onto this website or onto this ad, so from here they're going to go onto our website. Then once they've been onto our website here, hopefully they go onto our website again. If they go onto our website, look at certain products, add to cart but don't purchase, we're going to send them another set of ads. And these ones are going to be specific about the added features that we can provide. So we're going to do free shipping. We're also going to give a 10% discount. And we're going to have some sort of offering there that's there. So this is then pushing people to make that conversion. What we can also do though is, what if someone has come on and had a look at this ad, they haven't gone onto the website, but just say they've tagged someone. So we've either gone to the website or they've engaged. This ad that's here, we have decided to run to people who've been on our website. So for 0 to 7 days after you've been on my website and you have not purchased, you're going to see these ads. So 0 to 7 days minus purchase, you're going to see these ads. But what about these people who've engaged but haven't actually gone onto our website, so they're not pulled in here? I'm going to need to create another ad that sits to the side over here. And encourages people to then click through. So I want them to go and see this ad. If they've engaged, they will come and see this ad over here. This ad is designed specifically to get people to click onto the website to get them to fall into the funnel. Because it's great that we've got that engagement because we can continue to retarget to people, but they're not going to see our sales funnel ads until they have fallen into the funnel. So I'm going to have an ad over here that's designed specifically to get people to go onto our website. From here, when they land on the website, they will then fall into this funnel. So cold, coming through, having a look at the website, not the website, the page, they're engaged, they're going to click onto the website, they're going to fall into this funnel. So 0 to 7 days minus purchases. If they've purchased, they don't need to see all that extra that we're pushing. They purchased, they're going to fall out of our funnel. Great. So when they're there at the purchase, we're then going to say to them, okay, here are some more ads, here's some great things about us, go onto our website. If they then add to cart, so this one here is going to be add to cart, no purchase. So once they've gone through, we can, if they've added to cart and not purchased, we can send them. But what if they have not added to cart? So at 0 to 7 days, if they haven't purchased and they haven't added to cart, then what happens? Well, we can then run another ad. We don't have to only run one ad. We can run a second ad over here. And that is for 8 to 14 days, no purchase. Okay, so they've come through onto the website in the first 7 days. If they haven't purchased, they're going to see this ad. After 7 days, if they still haven't purchased, they can see this ad. If they then want to purchase, they will come, or if they add to cart but don't actually purchase, they will see this ad. So we have a very comprehensive funnel where we continue to talk to people every step of the way, depending on what they've done. So that looks a bit of a mess, but once we have that drawn up, we need to then go and make sure that we have everything that we need in order to be able to create this funnel. So it's all fine and well designing that, but we need to go and have a look at our audiences. So the first thing that we need to do is we're going to have a check that we have our business manager set up, that we have our ad account set up, that our pixel is tracking, that we have a catalog, that everything is working as it should be. So what we have decided to run dynamic product ads here. To run dynamic product ads, I'm going to need my catalog uploaded. Okay, so dynamic product ads, I need my catalog loaded. While I'm doing and checking things like my catalog, I probably also want to go and do a dry run on my website. So I would want to go and click on each of my products and go through the process of making a sale. And while I'm doing that, I will check that Pixel helper and make sure that the Pixel is tracking each of those events. So if we're going to look at things like add to cart but no purchase, is your Pixel actually tracking purchases? Is it tracking adds to cart, initiate checkout, payment information? So make sure that each of these steps is actually being tracked before you design your funnel around it. There's no point designing this and you've got one page with nowhere for people to go or nothing for the Facebook Pixel to track to be able to create audiences with. So we're going to have our catalog loaded. We're going to have checked our Pixel. And now we need to create some audiences. So the first audience that I want to create, sorry, I'll come to this side. The first audience I want to create is anyone who's been on our website for the last 7 days. So I need to do audiences. So of my audiences, I'm going to have my website 0 to 7 days. I also want an audience from 8 to 14 days. So 8 to 14 days. And we can continue this. Like I've created some sales funnels where this has got about 8 phases because it's a really high and a really high ticket price. Try that one again. A really high ticket item. So when someone's looking at, and this is the type of thing that I do for housing or cars or anything that's a lot of money, because you don't see one ad, decide to buy it in 7 days and go out. Well, some people do, but personally, it took me a long time before I was prepared to purchase a property, and I needed to have a constant stream of information coming through to me for me to make that decision. So, feel free, like, do as many as you want there. Be careful that you don't do too many, especially if you're a lower ticket item, because if people are not interested, so after 14 days, in my opinion, for something like a camping shop, after 14 days, if you haven't made that commitment, you probably aren't going to. I'm quite happy to stop spending money trying to reach you. Let it go. Let them fall out my funnel. When you're at the point that you're starting to look again, Facebook's going to probably pick it up because you're going to be part of my cold audience or my lookalike audience, or you're hopefully going to have been following my page. And at that point, you're going to go onto the website and you will fall into the funnel again. So feel free to, add as many audiences as you want there, but don't go spending money on people who are not interested in your product. Don't be force feeding them these stories and these ads. It's costing you money. So think it through on how many you want to go there. Low cost items, I tend to have fewer steps. High cost items, I tend to have a few more steps because people need a little bit of encouragement. So audience 8 to 14 days, but I also need to make sure that I'm not targeting people who have purchased. So I also need to make an audience of people who have purchased. This whiteboard's going to fall over on me one day. So 0 to 14 days, people who have purchased. I also need to create an audience of people who have added to cart in the last 14 days. So purchased, I need an add to cart. Oh my gosh. 14 days. The purchased here, I'm also going to do 14 days. So you can see now that I'm starting to create the audiences that I need in order to make this work. So before I even go and start designing and creating this in the ad account, I go through and make sure that all these things are ticked. When I have those all ticked, it's then going to be really easy for me to just go in and start setting up that funnel. And because I've drawn it up and I have a concept of what it is that I am going to be targeting in each areas, or the audiences that I'm going to be targeting, it's going to be a lot easier for me to find the content that I need in there. And you can also see, because I have a basic idea of my messaging in each space, things are going to become a lot smoother and a lot easier. So don't go and sit in there and go, okay, I need to do this, I'm going to just quickly start creating. And no, sit down, design it, have an idea of what it is you're wanting to achieve, then go and make sure that you have all the elements that you need in order to make that work, and then sit down and start your creative. And it's going to be a lot quicker, a lot more simple, and easy to understand what it is that you need to do. But one more thing I'm going to add in here. So while I spoke about dynamic products over there, this is going to give you a little bit more insight into the thought process of a funnel. So at this stage up here, when we're talking about our campaign objectives, so remember, when we're creating ads, we say to Facebook, when someone sees this ad, this is what I want them to do with that ad. So a perfect example here. When I want them to see this ad, I want them to make a purchase, but I want them to make a purchase from my catalog. So when I'm designing this is what we would call our top of funnel. We're going to have this as catalog sales. If you can even read that. Then when I come down to this second lot down here, this is people pushing to my website. So these are going to be traffic campaigns or conversion campaigns. Now, the reason it would be a conversion or traffic campaign, Traffic is when you're specifically just trying to push people onto your website to create an audience, to get people involved and to grow your audience. Your conversion campaign is when we're looking for someone to actually do something. So over here, we're really hoping they're going to purchase. So I'd probably stick with a conversion campaign at this point. However, if you did need to, you could run a traffic campaign. Although, as I say, it would be better to run a conversion campaign. Conversion campaigns tend to be a little bit more expensive than traffic campaigns to run. So I do know a lot of businesses that start with a traffic campaign because they're cheaper to run. By having cheaper ads initially, Facebook is going to get those ads out there. The ads are going to establish themselves in the algorithm. And once they are established and they are converting and working well, you can take that ad and change it into a conversion campaign ad. And it probably won't be quite as expensive if you just started as conversion. So the reason that I said there were the two of those is because there is a strategy involved at certain levels if you want to swap between those. And then down here at this next level, this would definitely be conversion. When you're starting to look at your add to cart but not purchase, we're definitely at the conversion level here, never at a traffic level. So that is basically a quick funnel that I would have created for an online sales store, camping store. Actually, that is a general funnel for most businesses, really, apart from maybe the add to cart part of that. You could really adapt this sort of thing to most businesses out there, online business. So have a quick look at that. And if you've got any questions about that, remember, feel free to shoot them through in the group. Either other people in the group would love to help out, or I'm always online ready to help answer any questions you may have about this.